guys, and welcome to another session with Madness. This is Coach Justin. For those of you who have met us before, for those of you who haven't, he's my dummy, he's also my assistant coach, and yeah, it's just awesome to have it. Guys, please, before we start with the class, please give us a like, a share, hit the notification button, and maybe a little subscribe as well. So for today's lesson, we're going to look at the next defensive aspect of striking. Last week we looked at the parry, and today we're just going to look at the slip. Okay, and the slip is pretty easy, pretty simple. Once again, it's all about timing. Remember, efficiency is key. Doesn't matter what kind of striking we're doing in that moment, whatever's going to be more efficient to do, that's what you're going to do. So yeah, let's jump straight into it. Now, last week we looked at the parry. Boom, just there. The second hand comes just there, and obviously all the movement stuff. The movements are basically going to be exactly the same, just the difference is with the slip. All I want to do is, from where my stance is, I want to move my shoulder, but I don't want to leave my head. Because if I leave my head behind, he's still going to tag me. I want to move my head with, okay, every single time. So it doesn't matter whether I slip to the left or to the right, my head's always following, but I'm not looking away. If I slip and look away, that's bad news because I can't see what's coming. So that's the very first basic. So as that jab comes through, I'm just going to slip. Simple. As the right comes through, I'm just going to slip. You see how my head's moved with it. Now the biggest problem a lot of people make is one, they go side to side. So if he hits a jab, I go side, he hits that other one, he also goes side. Okay, that's a little bit dangerous because I'm isolating my hips. I can't really throw any counters off of isolating my hip like this. And then, obviously, like I said, the other mistake that people make is they go big. So when they slip, when they slip big. So what happens now is as I'm coming back, his hands are really back and he's firing the next punch, I'm going to walk straight into it. As you'll notice, boom, I walk straight into that punch. So my slips need to be really super small. So if he's throwing a punch, I just never want to take it down like this. If it grazes me like this, I'm happy with that. Because that's going to cut, it's going to hurt. Yeah, but at least I'm not knocked out. So I've got more opportunities to attack again. So as that slip comes, I'm just making a small movement. You see how it's just touching my ear. As he pulls back, ready, the next one comes, I'm just going to slip. And it's super simple, easy to drill. Sorry coach, just grab us that pool there. If you've got a training partner, yeah, just one. All he does is he pulls this out, and you've got to take your shoulder not towards it, just in line with it. So this line is on the middle of my body. I'm imagining this is a hand, and I'm just going to slip out. And then from the other side, slip out. So if I don't have a partner, I just get like a pool or something like this, stick it against the wall, and that's what I draw. I can also start off this draw with my partner, if I do have one, as it's just a little bit more comfortable, just to get used to the movement. The hips got to turn, slip, 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 slip. And then as you get a lot more comfortable with that, you will then move over to your partner. Only hitting a 1-2. I'm not going to slip off the hook. If this guy hooks, I'm not going to slip because it's still going to hit me. I'm not going to slip the other way because it's still going to hit me. There's a different defense for that. Only 1-2s. Left and right. Jab and across. That's where I use my slip. So as he hits, I slip. As he hits the straight right, I slip off. And then you draw. But the more comfortable you get, and I want to see rhythm. So what I mean by rhythm is he just hits 1-2s on rhythm. This is not good. This is no good. Okay? Because that's not how the fight works. The rhythm is fluctuating the whole time. My opponent is looking for an opening, and it's always going to be a bit of a surprise when it does come. So he's going to surprise me with his punches. So the more comfortable you get, the more surprising your rhythm. In the beginning, it will be nice and basic, only 1-2s, nice and easy. Boom. And you'll notice the whole time I'm implementing my step. Even though I'm not moving forward or to the side, I'm moving my foot. And that reminds me about my stepping. The more advanced you get, the better you start getting, the more surprising his rhythm is going to be. So as we're moving, he's just going to surprise me when everything's ready. And I just go. And that's how you drill it. And the more you drill it, the better you'll get at it. Now, obviously, off of a defense, we can attack. And this is, once again, we're looking for efficient attacks. And off of a defense, 9 out of 10 times you're going to either throw a 1 or a 2-part attack. You're never going to throw a million punches off of your attack. You're going to tag the guy, and then move, and then attack again, or you can tag and see what happens, and then continue attack. So your rhythm will basically be defense attack, defense attack, defense attack. Okay? Or what will happen is defense attack, 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 attack. So it's all about rhythm. Okay? So the first defense we're going to look at is basically just sending my jab hand or my cross through, depending on which hand I'm going to slip on. Okay? This is the most simple one, the most basic one, and then we're going to look at the more unorthodox kind of thing. That's my kind of style, is unorthodox striking, because, yeah, that's just me. So, what I want to do is, as I slip this hand, as his hand comes in, I'm going to slip. But on the slip, I'm going to send my jab straight through the middle, to the chin. Okay? The up, throws, boom, I just send it through. On the slip, I send the jab through. And it's going to be the same on the right. Boom, I send it through. I send it through. Okay? I'm dropping this left hand right now just so that you can see the angles and all of that, but keep the hands up. So as I slip, I'm sending it through. You see my hands up here so that I can counter with my next attack. Okay? Slip, send it through. Now, because I'm throwing my right and I'm slipping on the right, there is a second attack here, which will be a left hook. But I'm not just going to throw this left hook and stay where I am. I'm going to use the left hook to set up the angle. Whoa, and swing out, like we have been doing all the time. Yeah, it's a little bit unorthodox, but it's a lot safer than throwing, tagging him, coming up with the hook here, and him possibly bobbing and weaving underneath this hand and attacking him again. For me, once again, efficiency. Efficiency on defense and efficiency on attack. I would much rather prefer only I have the opportunity to attack rather than just my opponent. Okay, so the second one that we're going to throw, let's just quickly change angles. Sorry guys. So the second one I'm going to throw is quite a little bit unorthodox, but there's once again 2 attacks right after the slip. I'm going to slip with the left, but as I slip, I'm going to step with my right foot out towards the right. And I'm going to throw a right uppercut. I'm going to lift this guy's chin. So I'm going to step, throw a nice big right uppercut. As this right uppercut lands, I'm going to step again, but with a nice little bowler coming in between my screw over there. Okay, so let's just move a little bit here. So I would go slip, small step, uppercut. You'll notice on the uppercut, I've turned my feet back towards my opponent, which is going to allow my second step on the attack. Boom. There we go. Those are the only 2 ones off of the slip on an attack where I would throw 2 attacks. Everything else will be basic and simple. If you're a bit more advanced, you're a bit more comfortable and you know how to use the angles much better, then you can throw in the second attack. Otherwise, all you're going to do is you're going to slip attack and change the angle. Same with this side, slip attack and change the angle. And then from there, attack again. If you're a little bit more comfortable and get used to it, then I would suggest throw the second attack in, but only on those other two. Only on slipping on the right, with the right hand, follow with the left to cut the angle. Okay? And then the uppercut here, I'm going to slip, throw the uppercut, and send through bowling. Okay, this combo works actually quite well, and it's something I've drilled a lot. So yeah, work it. Maybe we should just show them what it looks like on the pad.
Yeah.
Okay, so just quickly going to show you basically what this kind of looks like on the pads, just so you guys can get a bit of an idea. So as I slip, and obviously once again, if you've got the equipment and you've got a partner, you can drill it with the pads as well. So he's just going to throw this, and he's going to keep that hand up for my slip hand over here. So you start off with the very first one. As I slip, boom, I send it through. As I slip, boom. As I slip, boom, I send it through. See the hand's still up, and the hand's going through. Okay, now here I will wait and see what my opponent does, and then maybe follow up with a straight right. But once again, okay, now the second one, I'm going to finish with the left hook. So as I slip, I send my straight right through, swivel out. Okay, again, up, send it through. And then the one that I really like is on the slip, throw the uppercut, finish with that little bowling. So as I go, slip, uppercut, slip, one more time, and that's basically what it looks like on the pads once you start adding on the speed. And doing it on the pads will give you a bit more of a realistic feel when you start sparring and actually throwing a fight. Yeah, so remember guys, once again, thank you for joining us, and efficiency is key. Make sure your training is efficient, make sure you're drilling efficiently, because without efficiency, you won't be a good fighter. And I hope you guys had fun. Thank you, Coach Justin, and we will see you on the next class next week.